Hi, I'm Robin Frohardt, and I make puppets and films and installations. I'm going to try to cram a lot into the next 5 minutes, so I'm talking kind of fast. This is Pictures from the Pigeoning, which was my first full-length play, and it's the story of Frank, who's an office safety enthusiast who begins to believe that the pigeons in the park are plotting against him. So he launches an investigation into this possible pigeon conspiracy, which is guided only by his office safety training manual. And I created this in 2013, and we've been touring it ever since. We just got back from Singapore. So my creative capital project is the Plastic Bag Store, and the Plastic Bag Store is an immersive puppet show that takes place in a fake grocery store in a real storefront. It looks like a real grocery store, but everything inside is actually made of plastic bags and other discarded single-use plastic. So all of the produce, all of the meat, all of the baked goods, deli case, this is a plastic bagacado roll, and then we created several other packaged items, yucky shards, plastic breakfast cereal, Uncle bags, and even feminine hygiene bags. Double bag for those heavy flow days when you really need a bag that will last forever. So this installation is open free to the public during the day, but at night it transforms into a theater for ticketed audiences for performances. So I became a few years ago obsessed with the foreverness of plastic and the idea that something that we use for seconds lasts forever, and that all of these yogurt cups and Starbucks stir sticks and lids are going to be the pottery shards of our era, and someday someone's going to dig all this up, and I thought they might potentially completely misinterpret what all these things mean to us. Like, why would we make all this shit if it wasn't like so important? So the play takes place. So the grocery shelves transform into the set, and we unstack the boxes for audience to sit on. And the show is told in 3 acts: the ancient past, the present day, and the far-off future. The ancient past is told in shadow puppets in the style of black figure Greek pottery. And in the present day, we meet Helen, a puppet, who is a custodian at a museum and a great admirer of ancient Greek pottery, and sort of disparages her own time while sort of romanticizes the past. She begins to make the connection that her water bottle is the same thing as a Greek vase, in a way, and that someday someone's going to dig this up and wonder who she was. And so she hastily writes a message to the future on the back of a long Walgreens receipt and puts it inside of her plastic bottle, ties the bottle in a bag, and drops it into the trash, sending it into the future. We then watch her plastic bag make a journey from the present day to the far-off future, all through a cardboard puppetry animation film. And we watch it go from the dump truck to the barge to the dump, and until time passes, it goes in the sea, a million things happen, and ultimately it ends up in the future where things have changed dramatically. So Act 3 is the far-off future, and at this point the audience gets up off their cardboard boxes and crawls inside the frozen food section, which is an ice cave made of millions of plastic bags. And in the future, we meet this character, a jellyfish fisherman of some unknown era, who accidentally discovers her plastic bag with her message in the bottle. But the message she wrote has been completely erased by time, and the only words that remain on the receipt are "most valued customer." And he doesn't really know what this means, but he assumes that it means that these are the possessions of the most valued practitioner of the ancient customs. And therefore, it's the most important archaeological discovery of his time. And so he keeps digging and uncovers many, many more plastic artifacts, which he ultimately enshrines in a museum to the most valued customer. And so the audience leaves by exiting through a human-scale museum of the most valued customer, where all of our plastic is on display and all of its functions grossly misinterpreted. So I was able to develop this project through a fellowship at UNC and Carolina Performing Arts over the last couple years, and we presented the show in the fall. Through this fellowship, I was actually able to collaborate with real archaeologists, and I could do a whole other presentation on that, but I am running out of time. Lots of flashing lights. Okay, great news. We have joined forces with Pomegranate Arts in New York, and we are going to be re-workshopping the show and taking it on the road in the fall. We're looking for presenting partners or anyone who might be willing to see this in a storefront in their town. And then lastly, really quick, I'm starting a company. It's called Antipla, like Antifa, and we're making tactical gear for the war on plastics and developing these single-use, everything you need for a day of no plastic. And I'm out of time. Thank you very much.